Have you ever been perfectly content sitting at home in your comfy clothes, enjoying a quiet evening, and then suddenly you look online and it seems like everyone else your age is on a river cruise in Europe or redoing their kitchen, starting a new business, learning pickleball, and somehow managing to look effortlessly fabulous while doing all of it? Meanwhile, you're just trying to remember where you put your reading glasses are currently sitting on top of your head. At this stage of life, the fear of missing out can look different than it did when we were younger. Today, I want to talk about the quiet FOMO many women over 60 experience and the surprising freedom that comes when we stop trying to keep up with everyone else. When we hear the phrase fear of missing out, we usually picture younger people, social events, trends, parties, busy social lives. But for many women over 60, FOMO becomes less about missing events and more about missing life itself. We start wondering things like, am I doing enough with this season of my life? Should I be more adventurous? Am I wasting time? Why does everyone else seem so fulfilled? And social media has only intensified this feeling. Suddenly it can seem like every woman our age is traveling, hosting family gatherings, taking yoga classes, decorating magazine-worthy homes, and apparently aging backwards while they're doing it. I don't know who needs to hear this, but some of us are just doing well to remember to thaw out something to cook for dinner tonight. What we often forget is that people usually share the highlights. Not the loneliness, not the stress, not the arguments, not the exhaustion, and definitely not the pile of unopened mail sitting on the kitchen counter. One kind of FOMO that quietly sneaks in after 60 is the pressure to make every moment count. We hear messages like, these are the best years of your life. Don't waste your retirement. Now's the time to finally live. And while those ideas can be inspiring, they can also create pressure. Pressure to stay busy. Pressure to constantly reinvent ourselves. Pressure to say yes to every opportunity. And sometimes it can feel like we aren't actively improving, traveling, socializing, or accomplishing something. And then somehow we're falling behind. But here's something I've been thinking about lately. Maybe peace looks unproductive from the outside. Maybe a slower life isn't empty. Maybe it's simply quieter. And maybe we don't actually want a frantic pace we've been told that we should want. There comes a point where trying to keep up becomes incredibly tiring. Keeping up financially, keeping up socially, keeping up physically, keeping up with trends, expectations, and the constant feeling that we should somehow be doing more. And modern life moves fast. There's always a new app, a new health trend, a new organizing method, a new skincare routine, a new must-have item. And beneath all of that, some women are carrying a deeper fear. If I slow down, will I become irrelevant? That's a painful feeling, especially in a culture that often celebrates youth, speed, productivity, and constant activity. But think about this. Many women over 60 are incredibly adaptable. We've learned new technologies, navigated major life changes, raised families, managed careers, and reinvented ourselves more times than we can count. But that doesn't mean we want our lives to feel like a constant race. I think many of us are simply growing tired of the pressure to optimize every part of life, to always be improving, always upgrading, always chasing the next thing, because eventually you start asking yourself, what if I don't actually want more? What if I just want enough? That question can feel surprisingly freeing, because your worth has never depended on how busy, productive, trendy, or impressive you appear to other people. You do not have to constantly prove that your life is meaningful. And sometimes the fear of missing out isn't really about what everyone else is doing. It's about time. Because when you reach a certain age, you become more aware that life is finite. We realize seasons are changing. Children grow up, parents age, friendships shift, energy changes, and that awareness can create urgency. We start feeling like we should hurry, do more, experience more, fix more, become more. But constantly chasing more can actually keep us from appreciating what's already here. Sometimes the most meaningful moments don't even look impressive. A quiet morning, a phone call with someone you love, an evening walk, a peaceful home, a slower schedule. Those things matter deeply, even if they never get 1,000 likes online. Hey, before I get into the next section, I'd like to ask a favor of you, please. If you're enjoying this video, it would just make my day if you would hit that subscribe button. That simple little click does more than you'll know to help me grow my channel. I really appreciate it. Okay, my shameless plug is over. One of the most freeing things we can do is stop measuring our lives against someone else's highlight reel, because there is no single correct way to age well. Some women love traveling constantly. Others are happiest tending to a garden. Some thrive in busy social circles. Others genuinely love a quiet home life. Some are reinventing themselves at 60s. Others are finally resting after decades of caregiving and hard work. Neither is wrong. You are allowed to want peace. You are allowed to outgrow hustle. You are allowed to stop chasing things that no longer bring you joy. And honestly, one of the hidden gifts of getting older is finally realizing you don't have to attend every event, buy every trend, or keep up with every expectation. Sometimes missing out is exactly what protects your peace. If you've been feeling that quiet pressure lately, the feeling that everyone else is doing life better, faster, or more successfully than you, I hope you'll remember this. A meaningful life does not have to look impressive online. You're not behind. You do not need to fill every moment to make your life valuable. And you certainly do not have to exhaust yourself trying to keep up with a world that never stops moving. Sometimes the richest parts of life are the quietest ones. And maybe that's not missing out at all. If this video resonated with you, please leave me a thumbs up, and I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What types of FOMO are you dealing with? Please share with what helps you to reconnect with peace instead of pressure. I made a video about creating margin in your day, and I think you will like that one. You can click on it right here and watch it next. Thanks so much for spending this time with me today. And remember to keep it simple, my friend. I'll see you in the next video.